In the next 60 seconds, I'm going to expose the one type of man that women surrender to, even when they swear they're in control. And here's the twist. They don't even know why they're doing it. This video isn't about tricks. It's about magnetic power. The kind of power that doesn't need permission, doesn't beg, doesn't chase. The kind that lives in your silence, in your breath, in the way you look at her like she already belongs to you. You're about to learn how to become the man who doesn't force anything, because everything starts coming to him. And when I tell you the last sign, you'll understand why she obeys this man with her body, but can't explain it with her words. Watch till the end, or stay the guy she walks away from. Let's begin. 1. The man whose eyes say, "I own the room and you." It starts with the eyes. Not the fake alpha stare, not the "let me impress you" gaze. I'm talking about the man who looks at her like she's already his. Not a question, not a wish, a certainty. He doesn't flinch. He doesn't fidget. His gaze doesn't ask. It claims. And here's where it gets wild. She'll feel it in her body before her brain catches up. Her breath slows. Her thoughts scramble. Her pulse shifts. Why? Because those eyes are steady, not aggressive, but undeniable. They strip away the ego, the sass, the defense. She's not used to it. Men usually stare at her like prey or pedestal. But this man? He looks at her like she's the final scene in a story he already knows ends with her giving in. And he doesn't force it. He lets her lean in. He gives her the space to unravel herself. No words, just presence. And suddenly she's adjusting her hair. She's straightening her spine. She's trying to be enough. That's the shift. That's how a man, without laying a finger, can make her body scream, yes, while her mind still fumbles for logic. She'll obey, not because he asked, but because he didn't need to. 2. The man who makes her knees weak without touching her. Let's drop the filters. Every woman, no matter how bold, cold, or independent, has one raw craving. She wants a man who can dominate her energy before he even touches her skin. Not through control, through clarity. This man speaks slowly, moves intentionally, and listens like he could finish her sentences, but doesn't. He's not flustered by her beauty. He's not rushing for approval. He enjoys the tension. He creates the tension. And that's the drug. He teases without being vulgar. He leads without demanding. He flirts with silence more than words. And her body? It follows. Her mouth says, "You're bad." Her smile says, "Don't stop." Because this man, he doesn't just flirt. He orchestrates desire. She feels him before she knows him. And once he's in her head, she's already half undressed, mentally. She'll obey not because he's loud, but because he's the only one who can silence the chaos inside her. 3. The man she imagines on top, even when she says, "I'm in control." Here's a truth that would make most nice guys crumble. The woman who says, "I like soft men," secretly dreams of the man who grabs her hair, pins her down, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, without laying a hand. He doesn't ask for permission to lead. He is the permission. He tells her, "Be quiet," with a glance. He slows the kiss just when it's getting good. He stops her mid-sentence, not to shut her down, but to show her who's really in control of the moment. And she melts, because it's not abuse, it's power with precision. It's safety wrapped in danger. The kind of man who brings out the version of her she hides from everyone else. The wild one, the unfiltered one, the obedient one. She obeys him because he knows the real her better than she does. Not the one in the mirror, the one in the fantasy, the one that wakes up at 3 a.m. thinking about that man, the one she never had, the one who owns the room and her soul. The man who uses his words like fingers. It's not always about what you say, it's how you drop it. This type of man speaks like he's tracing her skin with every syllable. He doesn't rush. He lets the silence do half the seduction. He uses fewer words, but each one lands. He says things like, "I don't share everything. I wait for someone who knows how to listen." Or, "Come here, not for long, just so I can remember how soft your neck is." Boom. She leans in. Because it's not vulgar, it's not forced, it's sensual, intimate, intentional. Women obey this man not because he tells them what to do, but because every word makes them feel like it was their idea. He doesn't talk to her ears, he talks to her body. She'll find herself responding, opening, melting. And she won't even know when it started. His voice becomes the script she didn't know she wanted to follow. And the best part? She won't be able to explain it to her friends. She'll just say, "There's something about him." Exactly. That something is you when you learn to stop speaking like a man who needs her and start speaking like a man who already has her. 5. The man who can say no with a smile. Now here's the one that breaks her. In the best way. The man who can deny her, gently, playfully, without flinching. You think giving her everything she asks for wins her over? No, brother. The real turn-on? The man who makes her wait. She says, "Come over tonight." He says, "Not tonight. I've got plans with myself." She flirts. He smiles and holds eye contact, but doesn't take the bait. It drives her crazy. Because for the first time, she's dealing with a man who has boundaries sharper than his jawline. He's not cold, he's not rude, he's just undeniably centered. And here's the twist. The more he withholds, the more she offers. The more he says, "Not yet," the more she chases yes. That's the man she obeys without question, not because he controls her, but because he controls himself. That kind of restraint, it's rare, it's hot, it's dangerous. She won't say it out loud, but in her head, she's whispering, "Take me already." And when he finally does, she doesn't question a thing. Let me leave you with this. Right now, she's out there, sassy, confident, posting thirst traps, running the world. But there's one man she can't stop thinking about. The man who didn't need her attention, because his energy commanded it. The man who didn't chase her, because he already knew she'd follow. The man who didn't ask, because she wanted to obey. You can become that man. Not by pretending, not by acting, but by building the stillness, strength, and sexual clarity we just walked through. Now here's what I want you to do. Comment below with the words, "I don't chase, I attract." Let's see how many real ones are in this tribe. You know who you are. And if this hits something deep in you, like this video, subscribe if you're tired of being the man women forget, and ready to become the one she can't stop remembering. More is coming. Stay dangerous. Stay calm. Stay far from weak.